Hey, what's up guys? It's Leverboy. Okay, just like I promised, another unboxing video. And guess what? It's another HK.
He's an HK nut.
You know my love for the p2000, so I decided to get the little brother, which is the p2000SK. So let's jump in here and do an unboxing and show you what this bad girl looks like up close.
How's it feel to be broke as a joke and still buying guns?
Okay, just like the 2000, I got this one from Turner's. Turner's always got a deal on those HKs, and they had one going for the SK as well as the 2000, so I had to jump on it. The gun ships with one 10-round magazine. It does not ship with this pinky rest on the bottom. I added this later on. So let's take a look at everything that comes with this gun. Okay, first of all, as you can see, get this little HK insignia that kind of attaches right there to the accessory rail. Back in the back right here, we have, because this one came with such a good price like the other one is, they kind of cheaped out on the back straps and I only give you one back strap, which is it's either the medium or the small back strap that it comes with. I thought the large back strap felt better, so I put that one on the gun. So you get two back straps plus this little locking mechanism, which I think locks the gun up if you go inside there. Not 100% sure about that, but
Somebody needs to lock you in the house and take away your wallet.
we get the useless orange lock, and we get our beautiful P2000 and SK operator's manual. I really love this manual. It has such a good look to it. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's got kind of like a vintage white. It's not like a pure white, it's kind of like an off-white look to it, but it's really nice and tells you everything you need to know about the gun. And also, it comes with an HK sticker. One day I'm going to use these for something, just haven't figured out what for. Maybe I'll stick all my HK stickers on my safe, but then everyone would know I have all HKs.
Everyone knows anyways.
Okay, so that's everything that comes in the box. Now, this little piece right here, this is the original floor plate that came on the magazine. To me, it was very uncomfortable. You know, I have thinner type fingers, but even for me, it was squishing all three of these fingers up pretty bad. And I just didn't like the way it felt. So I ordered the P30SK floor plate. Fits on the P2000 as well. So I swapped them out, and now I can get all three fingers on the gun, and it's way more comfortable. It's not that expensive of a part, and it makes the gun feel so much better. Okay, let's put all this to the side. Okay, here's what she looks like right here. Really pretty gun, just like the 2000s are. Got that deep black going on, which just looks all kinds of badass in my opinion. Like I said, it comes with one 10-round magazine, as you can see. And just like the 2000, the Decocker level is right here on the back. So before I start explaining the features, let's go through the dimensions. The overall length of the gun is 6.4 inches. The overall height from here to here is 4.5. The width side to side is 1.28. The barrel length on the SK model is 3.26 inches. And the weight, which is the most important dimension to me always with a gun, is right there at 24 ounces. Now, the P2000, which is the big brother, weighs 24.96 ounces. So it's only 1 ounce lighter than the big bro. It's pretty close. Let me go through the features of this gun. It came with 3-dot sights. You know, Turner's got that awesome price going on the website, so they don't ship out with nothing special, not even the glow-in-the-dark sights. These are just regular, basic bitch white sights.
Leverboy knows all about being a basic bitch.
Which is fine. They work good, and they're steel sights, unlike some other companies that ship out with plastic sights. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Woo! Shots fired.
Okay, we got the European paddle magazine release, and this is another part that I added to the gun. It did not come with this particular paddle release. The one that comes on the SK models is very small. It's the same one that comes on the 2000, and to me, that's a obvious upgrade. What you want to do is get the paddle mag release for the HK45C compact. You want that mag release. It's bigger and it's much easier to actuate. Okay, So that's a essential upgrade to me. Now, we got the accessory rail right here, and you do have a slot for a flashlight, which this one will hold the Streamlight TLR7. I don't think I'm going to add a flashlight to this gun though. I think I will add it to my P2000, just not this one. On the back, we got the decocker, like I said, and just like with the 2000, this thing hugs the hammer real closely, and I wish the engineers at HK had figured out how to move this thing over to the left just a little bit more, but that's probably my only little gripe about the location of that decocker. Otherwise, it works fine, you know. You just need to put a little pressure on it each time to get it to decock, and that safely puts the hammer down every time without you having to do this little number, which I don't guess nobody knows how to do these days, but this is how I used to always do it. You grab it, pull back, pull your finger, and then let it down slowly, okay? And of course, there is a half cock feature, which is right there, and that will make your trigger pull a little lighter, but not much. We got ambi slide stop, slide releases on each side, right here and right here. And a lot of people have noticed that this side wiggles a little bit. I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. I never even use this side of the slide stop anyways, or the slide release. If I hit it, I'm always gonna hit this side.
Well, you know people on the internet, if they can complain about something, they will. A bunch of pussies is what you are. Wait.
We got a loaded chamber indicator right here, and we got the laser engraving right here on the barrel. 9x19, made in Germany. Markings right there. You got this little ledge for in between your two fingers, which will fall out. It should fall out unless you have some kind of weird finger design layout, which you might. So if that ends up hitting one of your fingers in a bad spot, then this probably won't be comfortable to you. But for me, it rides out perfectly, especially with the magazine and the pinky floor plate right there on it. Okay, so that's the overall dimensions and the features that come on the gun. Now, there's a steel guide rod that's right there as well, if that's important to you. It's never important to me because that's a non-wear part on the gun. Okay, I have already taken this gun out and shot it a couple times, so I do have a little bit of a sense of the recoil and such, and I'll tell you right now that there's almost no difference in recoil to the SK to the 2000, the big brother to this one. The recoil is almost the same. What we'll tell you is different is the way the grip falls out on your hand. The P2000 is going to have a little bit longer grip, so it feels more comfortable in your hand. This one does not feel bad at all in my hands, but when I tighten up on it as tight as I can, this back part is kind of digging into my palm just a little bit, but it still feels good enough to where I can shoot it for long periods and with no problem. Let me show you the difference between this one and the 2000. Okay, here's the 2000 version that I got at Turner's as well. So you see when I grip on this pistol where the back of it kind of falls out on my pistol. And I do have larger hands, skinnier hands, but they are on the large size. So you can see about how it falls out when I'm gripping it like so. Now the SK model. So you see how much shorter it is right there on the palm. Okay, now something about this one is it does have a heavy double action trigger. So let me go ahead and show you the trigger real quick. Okay, you're gonna start in double action. It is a pretty heavy trigger, but it's really smooth. Okay, now let me put it in single action and show you what that looks like. Okay, got some take up, and you hit this kind of fake wall, and then there's a squish. Squish, and then it breaks. It feels very similar to a CZ75 trigger. And then, so here it is again real quick. Take up, wall, fake wall, kind of squish, 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 breaks. It almost surprises me each time it breaks. Now the reset. There it is. 3 centuries later and we got to that reset. This is a combat handgun. It ain't no competition handgun, okay? The reset's long, but they do make a short reset for the gun. I may or may not get it. Then you got take up, and then we're on the fake wall again. breaks. It's a combat trigger, okay? That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to make you completely sure that you're going to pull the trigger when you do. Now, let me show you some comparisons between this gun and maybe a couple guns you might have at home. That way you can see the size difference. Let's go ahead and show you first the popular P365 XL. Okay, go side by side right here. And then let me turn it over for you. They're just about the same length barrels. Maybe the SIG's just a tiny bit longer. The width, the HK is wider than the SIG, but it's not by a lot. The grip on each, they're pretty close to each other. It's not as much of a difference as I thought it was. There is a little bit of a weight difference here, but it's really not a lot. It's really not a lot. It feels pretty close to each other. I forget what the weight is on the 365. Okay, now let me show you the difference between this one and the normal P365, which I think most people do have. Here's this little booger. So let's compare these two. About what it looks like right there. You can see the barrel length is definitely longer on the HK to the standard 365. It's a little bit, it's just not significant. And there's the width and the grip. The standard 365 without the little extension on there, I can just barely get my third finger on there. I got this pistol basically for maximum concealability. When I just want something really small to maybe throw in my pocket, this is the one I go for. The weight difference between these two is a little bit more. I can tell a difference. I can tell this one's definitely lighter than this one is. Okay, and just for fun, if any of you have the P30L, this is the difference between these two. Here's the tip-to-tip P30L versus, you can see the barrel length is definitely longer on the P30L. And of course, if any of y'all have the standard USP, here's the difference between that. Now I have the jet funnel installed on the USP, so it's gonna seem like it's a little bit longer than it should be, but that is why. Standard USP versus the SK. And then of course, because I'm a HK nut, here's another USP, but this one's the Expert.
Good Lord.
You can see what the difference is on these two. Like, how many HKs do you have? I got plenty. I got plenty. That's because I love HK. They're my favorite brand. You see what that big old Expert looks like? That's a long boy right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Not to you, though.
Let's look at that grip. Okay. Okay. Big boy. Little girl. This baby right here, I want to take her out to the range again because this sucker feels good in the hands. These white magazines are the jet funnel magazines, and they come standard with 18 rounds. So 18 plus 1, 19 altogether. And as you notice, I have the jet funnel installed on both my USP and my Expert. This is another home defense gun. That's why that baby's loaded up right there with some hollow points. But yeah, this gun feels real good. And the Expert, because of the little bit longer barrel right there, gives you a little bit longer sight radius. This gun looks big on camera and stuff like that, but it's not really as big as you think. Not in my hands, at least. And it's not that heavy. It's not a heavy gun. It may look huge and stuff like that, but it ain't the Mark 23. It's definitely lighter and a little bit smaller than the Mark 23. Okay, back to the topic at hand. So the SK is a very reliable gun. I haven't had I haven't put a lot of rounds through it yet, but the 100 or so that I did run through it, I didn't have any malfunctions, and I did run a couple different types of hollow points through it as well. Like I said before, it recoils almost exactly the same as the regular P2000. Where you are going to feel the difference, it's just in the grip itself. You're going to tell there's a difference. I'll be honest, this one's a little bit more uncomfortable than the 2000 is. And that's just the little bit of price you pay for it being a little bit smaller gun everywhere. Now, it came with one standard 10-round magazine. Fortunately, for the SK model, magazines are not that difficult to find. I ordered 2 more 10-round magazines, and both of these magazines are actually the P30SK magazine, which already came with the pinky ledge that I wanted. So I have 3 altogether, and this is the only one that I had to take the base plate off because it was the wrong one. If any of you guys are HK nuts like me, join the channel, please. Join my Patreon, because I'd love to have y'all join up and be subscribed to me each month so y'all can catch my HK content that I will be releasing, because this one and both of my P2000 models. Y'all didn't know I had two, huh? I didn't mention that a second ago, but I do have two P2000s. This one is 20 something years old, and this one is brand new. So if y'all was curious about what 20 years of age on a HK looks like, there you go. Sucker still looks awesome. I like that little bit of silver the slide looks like it has, you know? Kind of gives it almost a two-tone look. These have become my all-time favorite HK. I mean, you see how many HKs I have here, but this one, if you told me I had to have one gun for the rest of my life to do everything, this is the one I would choose. Now, the SK is a close second, but I'm gonna tell you the comfortableness of the 2000 beats the SK. But they're both very good guns, and you can't go wrong getting either one. All my HK nuts, please join up and just wait for me to drop the content.
Like always, please like and subscribe, and jump over there to my Patreon if y'all want to donate $1 or $2. That really helps the channel out and keeps this kind of content coming. Okay? Alright. Take care. See you next video.